There is nothing in this world that pisses me off anything more than somebody spit on me.
With the knife I had in my hand, I came down. He spits in my face. I didn't think it was going to be life-threatening, but I was defending myself.
Spit is not life-threatening.
Warning: the following video contains content intended for older audiences, mainly teens and adults. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to Crime Circuit. This is Brandon Williamson. On July 11th, 2020, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office responded to a 911 call reporting a stabbing. The victim, Carlos Chevalier, was found by officers suffering from a stab wound to his left shoulder. He was rushed to UF Hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. At the scene, police identified the 911 caller as the prime suspect, Carlos's neighbor, Brandon Williamson. According to reports, Brandon allegedly stabbed Carlos following a heated argument. In this video, you'll hear Brandon's account as he attempts to explain his actions, claiming he was simply an innocent man acting in self-defense.
My name is Rob Vidlick and I work for JSO Homicide Unit. This is Detective Rush. And
Homicide.
yes, sir.
So we
come out to life-threatening injuries.
Okay.
Okay. And patrol officers, normal run-of-the-mill patrol officers, which we all were at one point, are not specialized like we are in investigations like this. So they send us out to investigate. Okay. Our goal is to just hear your story and try to find the facts of what occurred. Okay. Mind you, we listen to 911 calls. There's a lot of information that we already know.
Okay.
I just want to hear your side of the story of what took place. All right. I'm more than willing to sit here and listen to you tell me, and then if I have a question about it, I'll ask you. Hey, I don't quite understand that. Can you explain that to me? But again, our goal is just to find the facts of what occurred this evening.
Okay.
All right. Just a preliminary question that I have for you is, Carlos, how do you know Carlos?
I know Carlos from the Barnabas project program. Trey Flanagan is for homeless veterans. I was homeless vet a few months ago.
You were?
Yes, I'm a veteran. I was homeless vet.
What service, branch of service were you in?
Army Reserves.
All right.
Yes.
Well, thank you for your service.
It's okay. Thank you guys for your service.
What was your job, MOS?
68 Mike, nutrition care specialist.
Okay.
I was for the Combat Support Hospital in D.C.
All right. So you have a little bit of understanding of medical stuff, and
I'm a nurse by trade.
okay.
okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm an LPN.
All right. Are you working right now?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not working right at the moment.
So you just know him from that program, and then did you move into the building there, or did he move in? Were you there first, or was he there first?
I know him from the program because we stayed at Stay Suites Hotel, and that's with the Barnabas program. They put homeless veterans together.
Okay.
And what they try to do is they try to get homeless veterans to kind of help take care of homeless veterans. So I got to know Carlos. I had a car at the time. So I was at the hotel before him.
Okay.
Trey, who was over the program, Finnegan, and another guy, I can't think straight right This other program. So I got to know Carlos through like helping him get situated to find a job and things like that, getting stable at the car at the time.
How long ago was all this? How long have you known?
Time frame probably like a month and a half, but it's just like it's not like a hang around situation. It's just like
An associate.
hey, you need help with something, I can help you do this, or you need help with this, and that would do that.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Prior to this evening, have you been having any issues with him?
Yes, I reported it to the maintenance, the property manager, about being harassed.
Okay. What's going on with that?
I kind of like distanced myself from him when I seen like certain traits he was doing. He had a lot of issues going on in his apartment, and me being a homeless veteran, me working with the SSVF, me trying to get myself together, I seen some red flags, and I just kind of like just basically distanced myself from him.
Okay.
But the thing that kind of like threw me off the most was prior to this, probably like a week or so ago, I ordered pizza like around like 10 o'clock or some day at night, and I get this bang bang knock on my door and a phone call like, hey, your pizza's outside. It's like real loud. It was Carlos at the door. I don't know if he was drunk or belligerent. I don't want to imply anything that wasn't there, but he was off from his normal self when I usually see him. And during that time, that's what really made the red flag, because the pizza guy came to my door, it was Papa John's. It was like 11, almost 10 o'clock at night. He just like clearly like just walked in my home. This never happened before.
Carlos walking in your home?
Yeah. He was loud on the phone. He walked in my home, was being really loud, like I'm hungry, and grabbing plates. And I was like, hey man, what are you doing? And at the same time, I'm talking to the Papa John's guy, like trying to keep him calm, because I'm trying to stay calm because I don't know what's going on. And when that happened, I had to remove him from my apartment. I said, hey man, you gotta get out of my apartment. That's not cool. And he was yelling F you and all this type of stuff. I tipped the pizza guy. I told the pizza guy, I'm sorry, shut the door. And then from that time on, I haven't talked to Carlos again. And when I kicked him out of my home, basically just like, hey, you gotta get out, no weapons or anything like that. He knocked on my door for like, it's like bang, bang, bang for like a second time. I just like picked on my door, was like, hey, look, you can't be doing this.
The same night, like right after?
Yeah, with the pizza situation. And then ever since then, I would come out, just do my normal routine, go to the store, make appointments, and he'll be from his balcony yelling crazy stuff, obscene gestures, and I would ignore it.
Like what would he yell?
Sometimes I don't even pay it no mind. It's like you're a man of God, or F you, or give me middle fingers or something like that. You're a piece of crap and all this stuff. And that same night, this is all true. The same night with the pizza situation, he sent me this long text message on my cell phone. It was like, F you, blah, 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 blah. I didn't respond. I instantly let Mr. Green know, the property manager, about the situation. My next step was going to let my caseworker, Mary, know about the situation, because during that time I was considering basically leaving my apartment building. And ever since then, he just been that way. But prior to me knowing him, he did tell me like he was bipolar. This is from his mouth. He said that he was bipolar, and he kind of had anger issues. And I got the same thing from one of the guys who was with the Barnabas Program Project, who actually had Carlos in his home. He let him stay in his home, and they had some confrontation issues as well, where he had to remove Carlos. Going back to all of that, it was just kind of like, okay, I really need to separate myself from this guy, but at the same time I was helping him, just like being a helping hand, help him get back on his feet. and from the incident with the pizza situation and the text messages, I didn't say anything. I didn't reply back to the text messages or anything. I just went around my daily life.
Is your cell phone at your house?
My cell phone, it was, I told
Or the officer got
I told the police officer that was right there
Okay.
on the,
The concrete
yeah,
raised thing?
Okay.
Alright.
yeah, and that's,
What's your phone number?
area code 309-428-9267.
Do you know what carrier you use?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I use Sprint. So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So since that day with the pizza guy, which was about a week ago,
I can look and,
do you remember if it was before the 4th of July or after?
it was before the 4th of
Okay.
July. It was way before the 4th of July.
You said it was Papa John's?
Yes.
So a couple of, sometime between the last week or 2 weeks.
Yeah. He's been like having like saying these
So it's just been
outbursts.
being a douche to you.
Yeah. And I noticed this prior because he had someone living with him as well, and they had a confrontation, and that was a big scene as well. And when I used to help him out, like I'll bring him to like I bring him to like for like job interviews and stuff like that for him to get a job.
Yeah.
Like he would be on the phone and he would have conversations like with his ex-girlfriend, and he's like he'll lash out, and I kind of be like the peacekeeper, like kind of.
Do you know her name? Is it the baby mama or the girlfriend?
I don't know. I just know there's Melissa, who he kicked out,
Okay.
and then there's another girl, blonde hair lady. I like met her once,
Okay.
but
So in the last, let's say, 72 hours, have you had any issues with him in the last 72 hours prior to tonight?
yes, I walk outside and he'll just yell stuff at me.
Does he yell racial stuff to you, or?
No, I don't think so. He just yelling from the porch. Sometimes I just think he was drinking or something. I would just not say anything and just like go to the store, come back, and I'll get yelled at again about something.
So just pay him no mind?
No. And then prior to this situation that happened, I wake up, come outside, going to run errands to the store, and I come back from the store, and the property manager's there, people there, and he just like off the rack and just start yelling stuff. Yelling.
Anybody ever call the police on him or anything like that, do you know of?
Prior to this, I'm not quite sure. I usually stay in my home.
Okay.
Brandon is attempting to portray Carlos as the aggressor, hoping to convince the officers that Carlos has been provoking him repeatedly in the days leading up to the fatal altercation.
But I remember when I came out the house with the property manager there, he's yelling to me about a hammer and a screwdriver.
This is today?
Yeah, like I want my effing hammer, and I'm like walking in my house, and Mr. Green, who was there, he was repairing another house. I'm talking to Mr. Green, and he's on my side of the building, which I don't know why, but I didn't pay any mind. I'm talking to Mr. Green, letting him know about the situation. Like, look, I'm whispering. I'm not being like
Right.
nonchalant and being like, what do you want to say, like rude and making a scene in front of everybody else. Talking to Mr. Green, like, Mr. Green, this is what was going on. And Mr. Green told, because Carlos had during that time talking to Mr. Green, he had came up on me, like behind my back, like brushed up on me, and that's why I was like, Carlos, come on, man, 6 feet, please, give me 6 feet away. And Mr. Green he was like, I want my effing hamburger. You're supposed to be a man of God. F you, F you, da da da. Mr. Green there's this young boy there, and there's a lady there, and Mr. Green is like, Carlos, don't worry about it. We're not gonna have none of this stuff. Go in the house, get you a new hammer or whatever you need. Blah blah
Let
blah.
me ask you this: do you have his hammer and screwdriver?
I think I do. I think I do. But he linked it to me a while ago.
Okay.
But
It's not.
No. I do. But in that conversation that happened with Mr. Green earlier today, Mr. Green said he would either buy one from Carlos, and Mr. Green said, look, I'll get it from Brandon later. I just didn't want to deal with that situation and intention, so I let Mr. Green be the mediator between it. And during that time, he came up on me, he was yelling, he was being belligerent, and I was talking to Mr. Green, to let him see basically what I've been going through, because I told him on the phone what I've been going through. And he just said, I said, I'm going to the store. That's the reason I watched. He said, go ahead, go to the store. So I went to the store, went to Gate, got me like some Sour Patch Kids and sweet tea. Came back. I know it sounds hard.
It sounds amazing, actually, but
Look, we understand this, Brandon. We really understand that this is very difficult for you, and we seem kind of emotionless. I understand, but we do this every day, all day. So when stuff like this happens, it doesn't really affect us until much later. Because we're we got to remain professional and we have a task at hand. I understand that it's very difficult for you, and I think that you're doing a great job. Don't take any of our...
I'm not. I'm just telling my story.
Right.
I've just been honest. Because I've been voicing this. So Mr. Green told me to just walk away. I walked away. I went to the store. I came back home, and it was quiet. Everybody went inside and things like that. I went in my house. I was getting ready to go to bed. I text my daughter, my ex-wife, to good night, and then all of a sudden, Mr. Green had called me on the phone. We was having a conversation about that property that he's repairing over there, and some other properties that he was doing the Seabreeze, and nothing about the Carlos situation. And then he did lay me out. I'll be honest. He said, "Look, man," he said, "you gotta leave people alone. You're being too nice to people. You gotta sometimes just tell people no." I said, "Okay, I understand, Mr. Green." So this is in my house. This is just a regular conversation that me and him have. And next thing you know, as I'm talking to Mr. Green on the phone, I hear a big, loud, do, like police or somebody's like banging on my door. Now, I'm like, what is this? So I'm like, okay, obviously I know who it probably is. I don't know. I know who it probably is. So I'm like, Mr. Green, I put my phone on speakerphone, because this is like Mr. Green, look what's going on. I'm getting harassed again. I don't know who this is. So I wait because I don't know what's going on at this moment. Honestly, I have PTSD through the military. I have adjustment disorder. I have anxiety disorder. I came to Florida to get help by the VA because I have other comorbidities as well. That's why I'm not working as a nurse right now. So I came to Florida to get help for treatment. And this foreign thing, whatever it is, knocking on my door, loud. It's not like a regular, like...
Right. He's banging on your door.
Like boom, boom, boom.
Right.
I didn't answer it the first time. I'm on the phone with Mr. Green because I'm in the back. I'm in my back. And then all of a sudden I hear it again. Boom, 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 boom. And I look out my door, because usually before they would have kids, they'll play. So knock on the door. And it's Carlos and this other guy's right there. And he's from a distance. He's like by his apartment. So I look on my door and I'm like,
who's by their apartment?
it's like in the middle, the cul-de-sac in the middle. They're like facing that way. I'm still underneath, like where I am. I never walked out the house. I had to stick my head.
That other guy's apartment, though, or Carlos's apartment?
It's on Carlos' side of the apartment.
Okay.
So if you're coming towards, I'm in apartment 1. If you're coming towards apartment 1, there's like the overhanger. Then there's the apartment here. There's my bureau. Carlos is here. I pick my head out the door. I'm like, what's going? Like, what in the world? And Mr. Green is still on the phone. He's on
How far away do you think Carlos is from you this time?
Honestly, like from here, I didn't get a good look of I didn't get a good look of how close the distance, but it's a pretty far distance. And
He's by his front door and you're by yours.
not his front door because he's upstairs.
Okay.
He's downstairs.
He's in front of the caddy corner apartment.
Yes.
Okay.
So he's yelling about my hammer. I'm like, Mr. Green. I was like, I'm telling him, look, man, I'm on phone, Mr. Green. Da, da, da. He's like, I want my effing hammer. And now he's approaching me to my house now, yelling, being belligerent. I'm still not out my door yet. Like, my door's open.
Right.
And he's approaching me, yelling, blah, 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 I want hammer of F you, da, 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 da. And I'm like, what's going on now? Because I don't know what this is now.
Right.
Because prior before that, they had this issue, and prior before that, it was just. So, when he's at my door, I'm like, hey man, give me 6 feet, step away from me. Da, 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 da. So, now at this time, I'm still in my door. I'm outside of my door now. He backs up. So, the apartment next to me, he backs up. So, he comes from his building all the way to me. His apartment next door to me.
Man,
And that's how
so I'm a little bit.
Here.
So I know that you have like a. This is where your building is, and this is where he was found. Right here, this was that raised bed where you guys were giving CPR.
Yes,
Where's your door?
right here.
So your door is in front of this.
And prior to that, he came basically this far, all the way up to my door to approach me.
Okay, I'm still.
So, if you're coming in,
Let's start
Yeah,
a
yeah.
fresh sheet. There you go. If you come in the like from the parking lot, let's say this is the parking lot right here,
yes, sir.
okay, and then there's one building here and there's one building here, and you walk into this, and then this is where this incident took place over here.
So this is like the cul-de-sac area. What
Yeah,
you're saying?
this area, yeah.
So basically, he was here at first when I opened my door.
Mhm.
My apartment is here, basically right here.
Okay,
He came all the way over
okay.
to my
And
apartment.
how close distance wise did he get between?
In my face, like literally, like in my face.
Brandon claims that Carlos got in his face, but he is unaware that the police have reviewed the apartment complex's surveillance footage, which shows Brandon approaching Carlos during the argument, closing the distance by just 1 foot. The video captures a brief scuffle initiated by Brandon, leading to Carlos being stabbed once.
And that's when I told him, like, hey guy,
So, all right, so he backed away from you, right?
yes, and then he did it again. This time because I'm on the phone, I shut my door because I don't know what's going on. I'm on the phone with Mr. Green. I'm on speakerphone with this hand. Like, Mr. Green, can you see what's going on? Please get somebody help situation, things like that. And in that moment, as I'm saying that, he approaches me again, tries to slap my phone out of my hand. And I'm like, and now I'm like startled, right? So, still, we're still in the same area. I still never approach. So, but I'm still away from my door because I closed my door because I don't know if this is him running my house doing something crazy like probably what happened before. And then he slaps my phone. I'm like, man, what are you doing? Like, that's assault. Like you doing stuff like that. Like, you can't do stuff. And then he comes to me again, and he's really upset. Now he's back in my face again, and he spits in my face.
Like a loogie or
A
like?
loogie, like, and I'm just like, I'm disoriented at this time because I'm sitting here trying to figure out and still be calm and call a property manager and figure this situation out. I got this guy yelling at me. I finally get him to step away, and I think I'm doing the right thing. He hits my phone. During this time, I never said anything towards me, threats or anything like that. I was like, look, man, just let you know, 6 feet, please. I'm happy to defend myself if you have to do something to me. But in the midst of that, this is the honest truth. When he banged on the door for the first time, I grabbed whatever I had in my kitchen. I just looked at like my little knife thing. I didn't look at what knife it was or anything like that. I just had it for self-defense, just in case something. I don't know, because I don't know what's going on. Because prior to this, I am being harassed. So I'm on the phone with Mr. Green trying to get this figured out. He backs away. He comes close again, hits my phone. I'm like, man, you can't do that. Then he comes back in my face, and we're back by my apartment building. It's dark, it's an overhanger, and he's in my face now. During this whole time, I have one hand like this, my other hand is by my side. Like, I wasn't planning on anything, doing anything. I get spit blows in my face. I am disoriented. My eye is out. Like I'm just like, so with the knife I had in my hand, I came down like a shoulder area. Like I don't know where I was going. I just came down. And once I seen that he was injured and he was coming down, I'm still on the phone. I'm telling Mr. Green, like, Mr. Green, please get the police out here. And I see that like he's like down. Now it goes from me trying to defend myself to me trying to save a life, to trying to figure out what's going on, because it just was a deterrent thing. It wasn't like I'm trying to take somebody out or anything like that. So once I see him going down, the neighbor next door, the neighbor friend next door rushes over, said he's an EMT.
Right.
And I said, I'm a nurse. And he said, where's the wound? I said, I don't know. And then as he's on the ground, because when I defended myself, Carlos went down. It's not like I pushed him or anything. Like I kind of like helped him down. Like this is like a deterrent. And then I see that he's like bleeding out, and the EMT guy runs over, and he's like, okay. He's gasping, and my nursing mind just shuts on. He's like, okay, we need a towel. So I run in my house, I grab the towel, I apply pressure. He said, we need a bigger towel, the EMT towel. I run in my house, I get the bigger towel, and I'm applying pressure. And at this time, I'm applying pressure. So I'm going through, I got all this other stuff going on, but my nursing skills still kick in and say, hey, check the pulse. He said, the EMT guy said he didn't feel a pulse on his right side. So I told him to check the femoral artery. I said, it's behind the right leg, check, because sometimes you can lose a pulse.
Right.
So I'm applying pressure at this time. He's trying to figure no pulse. I see that Carlos has like blood coming out. So I'm wiping his mouth at this time. So at the same time I'm applying pressure. So we sit him in a position, because I didn't want him to choke, because I see that there's something coming out of his mouth. I didn't want him to choke and aspirate. So I was saying, let's throw him on his side so he don't choke, so he don't aspirate. So we turned him on his side.
That's okay, man.
We turned him on his side, and we put him in those positions back. We're trying to reposition him, just keep pressure on the wound till the police and stuff comes. And like I said, it was just like all a blur. It was.
Did at any time during the incident did you black out or anything like that? You know, did you black out in a fit of rage when he?
No fit of rage. Only time I couldn't see, I was just oriented when he spit in my face. Like when he spit, because if someone's in your face and there's.
Yeah, I understand.
You're right. You spit. This is like. So. That was, and that's the only thing. So that was just me like self-defense. Like I didn't know where I stuck him until.
I'm trying to do my best based on my memory. So back here, we were back here. There's like a little closet back here. If you're walking towards where this incident occurred, is this where your apartment is, or is yours back here?
I'm in building 1, so I'm in apartment 1, so I'm on the ground level.
Ground level.
This is the flower bed, right?
This is the flower bed right here. Yeah.
There's
Okay,
two of
so
them.
you're
There's one here and there's one here.
The one that he was laying on, I saw was
Here. My
so your
apartment
apartment's
is right.
on here on the back.
No, my apartment's like right across
right
the front.
next to the
flower
right next to the flower bed. So
Right.
that door right there.
Oh, so the left hand side right here?
Yeah.
No, it's right there. So this is the flower bed. My apartment's right here. His apartment.
So this is the flower bed where he was
Yes.
found. This apartment right here is apartment 2.
Yes.
Okay. Are you right across from apartment 2, or are you right next door to
I'm
apartment?
apartment 1.
Okay, so you're right there.
All right.
And his building is over here.
His building's over here. Okay.
Because he initially wasn't on the flower bed.
Right. He was.
He was down and we helped lift him up. I never got in his face. I stepped out my apartment door. I shut the door after he got in my face. I stepped out to about here.
Right.
I'm still on the phone.
Probably 5-6 feet away from your front door. Right.
But a couple steps away from my front door.
Okay.
Stepped out to there.
Okay. Do you remember the conversation that you had at that point?
This conversation here is me on the phone with Mr. Green.
Okay. What about the back and forth between you and Carlos?
See the spit or anything.
You can't see the spit. And the spit, listen, I
Didn't see
understand.
the assault or anything like that.
Well, spit is spit. Spit is not life-threatening.
Brandon is quickly realizing that the detectives aren't believing his claim of being in a life-threatening situation. A witness at the scene revealed that Carlos never spit on Brandon. He was not armed, and he never attempted to hit him.
You know, listen, I've been spit on before here in this job, and I'm here to tell you, we had just had this conversation out there. There is nothing in this world that pisses me off anything more than somebody spit on me. It is dehumanizing, it's disgusting, and it puts me over the top. It pisses me off beyond, you can't even imagine.
I was pissed off more than anything. I was more.
I'd rather be shot than spit on. I'd rather be shot than be spit on. That's how disgusting and demoralizing that is.
Correct.
Okay, and it is enough to put me in a fit of rage.
No.
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you how I am.
For me, no.
Okay,
I was more.
it's enough to make me
disoriented.
aggressive towards somebody.
No, I was more disoriented than anything.
Okay. With that being said, since that's not going to have that's not your mind frame. At what point does spit become life-threatening?
What do you mean by that? In the sense of,
You stabbed
in this
him.
case,
You stabbed him shortly after he spit on you.
I stabbed him because I was disoriented, and I did not know what was going on next. It was dark. My eyes are closed. I don't know what he's doing to me. Prior to that, he banged on my door.
Right. I mean,
I didn't think it was going to be life-threatening, but I was defending myself.
okay.
I was defending myself. It was
From what?
being spit on,
Okay.
being spit in the face.
Okay.
I don't know the laws. Maybe I need a lawyer
Let
to
me ask you.
ask me, like, what, tell me. Like,
Let me explain to you a
Hold
better
on,
way.
hold
Okay.
on 1 second.
okay, that's fine.
You just said you need a lawyer to explain to you what you.
Because I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to ask me.
I'm just asking you. First of all, let me address this lawyer thing. Do you want a lawyer?
At this present moment, no. I'm just trying to figure out what are you trying to
Let
say.
me reword it for you.
Like
okay?
reword it so I can understand it.
When you say to me that you're disoriented,
Yes.
okay, what that means to me is I'm confused. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what's going on. Like, for example, if you pepper sprayed me,
Right.
I would be disoriented. But spitting on somebody, and listen, like he said, there's nothing. I get that, but the spit on my face does not disorient me. So what were you disoriented about?
Just spit in my eyes because I couldn't see anything. Because like I said, it was a loogie.
Okay.
Like you said, it was a loogie. It's spit coming out sprayed in my eyes. I can't see anything. It's all over my face.
Was there anybody else standing right there when this occurred, or in the area when this happened?
Close to me.
Close to any of y'all?
Only person I seen was the one kid that was living above me because
The shirtless kid.
yeah, because
With
Mr.
the
Green,
big
Mr.
tattoo
Green,
right here?
yeah, Mr. Green put him there because he was helping him out with doing the plays. Other than that guy.
Did Carlos ever say, "Man, I'm going to kill you," or did he threaten to do harm to you, violence to you?
If he did, I wouldn't even remember, honestly.
Okay.
Honestly. At this point right now, there's so much going on. I couldn't remember at this point.
Okay.
When did you? So you said you were disoriented.
Yes.
Because he spit in your eye, so you couldn't see.
No.
Okay.
No.
Both eyes.
Yes, I was
Good.
blind.
Okay, because
Because
if
it's just like a react.
not that I have spit too many loogies in my day, but I would think that I'm not being funny, but I am. I've never done it. For it to cover both of your eyes would, to me, that's more of like spitting from somebody yelling, or just spit as somebody's yelling or talking in a close proximity. But how do you go from being disoriented because you have spit in your eyes to immediately being able to catch him, help him down as he falls, and render first aid? You weren't disoriented, or so.
I can tell you from me coming here to this part right here, and he's back in my face. He came in my face and he's cursing, and by this time, he's cursing at me. I'm still on the phone with Mr. Green the whole time. I'm not threatening him or anything. It's like, look, man, back away from me. Look, just go about your business. He gets upset, and he's in my face like here, and he.
Okay.
And my first reaction is just,
So when he bams on your door,
yes, ma'am.
hey, you're inside.
Yes.
You hear somebody. You're assuming it's him.
Yes.
You grab.
Because
knife.
nobody else has done this before other than,
Fair enough. I mean, listen. You grab a knife.
yes.
You open your door. What do you see?
I open my door, I see Carlos and this guy yelling
white
from.
The white boy?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know.
Tattoos.
He had tattoo. Yelling from the cul-de-sac,
Okay.
the little area back here.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And
Why at that point right there do you not close your door and stay inside your apartment? Why do you come outside?
because by the time I'm here, by the time I say something, I'm on the phone with Mr. Green. So I want Mr. Green to hear this at the same time what's going on. And by the time this all happens, I'm on the phone with Mr. Green. It was a split second. He bombarded over. It wasn't like me sitting outside 2-3 minutes arguing, yelling.
Right.
It wasn't like that. It was me on the phone with Mr. Green. Look, I'm on the phone with Mr. Green. What do you got going on? And then he beelines it right to my apartment building, right to my door, right in my front of my face.
Okay, so
And at that time,
why don't you step back inside?
I don't know. I just wanted Mr. Green to just know what was going on. The knife was just for defense, just in case. I don't know what was happening. That's why during this whole situation here, I never used razor or anything like that, because I'm on the phone with Mr. Green trying to deter the situation, trying to stop anything from happening. That's why I never threatened or anything during this whole entire time, because
So,
it's just like if you're harassed, I want to give you my perspective. If you're being harassed day in, day out, and you got people, this guy knocking on your door, harassing you, saying belligerent things, you're going to management and things like that, and you're being harassed over and over and over again, I would believe it's best, like, for instance, me have something to protect myself, just in case.
How tall are you?
72 inches.
6'2".
I'm 6 foot.
6 foot. How much you weigh?
I don't know, like 270.
270. How about Carlos? How tall is he?
I don't know.
Is he taller than you? Shorter than you?
I think we're about the same height.
But you outweigh him. I mean, you're a big man.
People always look at the size instead of
I
stature.
understand. Look, man, I get it. Listen, I've been in fights with little guys that
I
are
am-
the snot out of me.
Sir, I am disabled. If you look at my military report, I can barely walk on one leg. I'm up for neurosurgery on my hip. I have kidney disease. I have mass on my liver. I have PTSD. I have adjustment disorder. I came to Florida for help.
What is
Right.
adjustment disorder?
Adjusting to certain environments.
Okay.
I kind of like close up.
Kind of like out of your comfort zone,
Yeah,
so to
I
speak.
get
Okay.
like anxiety. I kind of like close up.
When you have anxiety issues, how do you react physiologically? Like, what does your body do? Do you black out? Do you forget things?
No, I just usually sweat.
Do you act out violently?
No, I kind of like clam up.
Okay.
I clam up. That's basically.
You don't
it.
become confrontational or anything like that.
No, sir. And you can ask witnesses prior to this how many times.
Listen, we're not doubting that. Okay.
I am non-confrontational.
I'm not doubting that
I'm
one bit.
sorry.
Right. My issue is that I believe that you're telling me the truth. Okay? It's your truth. Alright, and I'm not trying to upset you, and I know it's upsetting, and I'm not trying to, and I don't think that you're a bad person. Okay? I just think that something terrible happened here tonight, and it wasn't supposed to go down like that. I don't believe there was intent. I just believe that you were sick and tired of the bullshit, and you snapped.
I don't believe I snapped. I don't believe I was sick and tired.
How many times you stabbed somebody before?
Never.
Okay. How many times you stabbed somebody before? I never stabbed nobody before.
But I've been through hell before.
Okay.
And
Listen, I've been spit on before. The worst thing you can do is, there's like 3 or 4 really bad things you can do to people. Okay, rape and intentional murder and torture and stuff like that. Just above that nonsense is spitting on somebody. That is the most inhuman thing you can do to somebody. It is absolutely disgusting. It would take every ounce of energy I would have to not beat the absolute brakes off of somebody for spitting on me. I don't give a I don't care how big they are, how much I like them. I would be in a fit of rage.
Can I say something, sir?
Absolutely.
Being in the healthcare field, working nursing for a long time, I work with kids and I work with elderly folks. I've been cursed out. I've been spit on. I've been told things, and it doesn't bother me in that sense. Like, from your perspective of how you feel about certain things.
Right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
And that makes sense. But what else spitting on doesn't do is disorient somebody. Spitting on somebody does not blind somebody. So to tell me that you were disoriented and blinded by being spit on,
I was spit in my face.
Right.
Right,
I've been spit on my face
understand that.
before. It's
you
really disgusting.
cannot spit a loogie big enough to cover both of somebody's eyes. Even if he spit into one of your eyes, it would not blind or disorient you to the inability that you did not have your wherewithal to know what was going on around you. So that story
It just
does not make sense. That y'all have had ongoing issues about tools. Nobody's disputing the fact that he's standing at the overhang yelling at you as you come and go. Nobody is even disputing the fact that you were in each other's faces exchanging words and that he was banging on your door. I'll agree with you all of that point. My two concerns are, I don't even care that you grabbed a knife inside your apartment. My concern is that you grabbed a knife and left the safety of your apartment, and then you're going to tell me that you were blinded by spit. Nobody is blinded by spit. That simply is
Unless you
not
spit and
logical to
pepper,
me.
unless you spit and pepper spray. And
It's dark. It's over here.
but there's
It's not dark.
It's not dark out
because
there.
here's the thing. And you know this. If you've been in the military, you know this. Your eyes adjust. So there's this whole courtyard right here is extremely well lit. So you have ambient lighting here. It is not dark in that you cannot see what's going on. It's not that dark at all.
So I'm trying to figure out. So what are you trying? Are you trying?
I'm trying to figure out where does this come to a situation where the threat is imminent to use deadly force. That's where I'm trying to figure out, because I just don't see it, and unless I'm missing something. He spit on it.
I'm not a police officer.
It's not a police officer thing.
That's not what we're asking. What we're asking you is what happened that you felt that you needed to stab him. And because I was blinded.
The second
does not
time he
make
came
sense.
into my face, he's in my face, and he spits. You
Okay.
call it assault or battery. I'm just oriented. I don't know what's going. I have a hand in his hand, and then prior to that, he tried to slap the phone out of my hand.
Okay.
Prior to that, that's me.
I'm not disputing you did.
I won't dispute that one bit, and I got a witness that tells me that happens. That he reached for that he hit your phone. Okay.
Because I'm trying to stay on the phone. But the fact that he's in my face, he spits. You have your perspectives, and I'm not arguing against you at all.
Right.
He spits in my face. I'm just oriented. I'm disheveled at the time because they got all this stuff going on. People banging at my door. I'm like, for a second, like, it's just like something's in my eyes, something's going on, and I just come down. I don't even know where I came down to until I'm on the phone with the paramedics.
There's no denying that. We understand the life-saving efforts that you took. I get it. I really do.
It's just a fact. I felt like he was assaulting me. Like, coming in my face, spitting in my face, that's just
Okay.
like putting hands on somebody.
I got you.
It's the same
At
as putting
what
hands on somebody.
point, though, does it become life-threatening? You haven't explained that to me. We're not even close to being life-threatening.
Is your
yet.
understanding that you can defend yourself with a knife because somebody put their hands on you? Is that your understanding of what self-defense is?
I don't know. I know I feel like somebody's trying to take my life from me, or somebody's trying to cause me bodily harm. I have the right to defend myself.
Right.
So how did you feel like he was trying to take your life?
To cause me bodily harm.
It's not.
Okay, so that's what we're asking you. To cause you bodily harm. Do you feel like somebody just putting their hands on you is your understanding? You're
Somebody
saying
yelling, cursing, aggressive, knocking on my door multiple times while I'm trying to stay calm on the phone with the property manager to come out to fix the situation. He smacks my phone tries to smack my hand, smacks my phone. I don't know. He smacked my phone. I don't know what was his intent during that time. But at the same time, I kept calm.
Right.
And it's just the second time when he's in my face that I felt like my life was in danger then. And which made me feel like my life was in danger. Is because
Did you
I
see a
couldn't
weapon?
see. I couldn't see.
Prior
I
to the
spit.
spit, did you see a weapon? Did he threaten you with a weapon? Did he say he was going to kill you? You haven't said it. I asked you those questions earlier, and you said you don't remember him saying anything like that.
No, I just remember him saying, giving me middle fingers, F you,
Okay.
you're a B, all this stuff.
So you stabbed him, or you came down because he put his hands on you, because he was assaulting you.
Yes.
Okay. And he was assaulting you. He slapped your phone. He spit in your face, and you felt you had the right to defend yourself against being assaulted.
Because I was disordered. If I was able to see clearly what was going on during the time before he spit on me, just like the phone situation, I don't believe I would have used that knife in my home. I was not able to see. I was not able to see when he spit in my eyes, which it caused my anxiety to come down. Just like, okay, I gotta defend
So when
myself.
did your vision come back?
So after me coming down, I still had stuff in my eyes, but at the same time, I'm not hearing Carlos. At the same time, everything's still disoriented, but I feel like I'm not being threatened. I feel like nobody's threatening me anymore, and I just feel Carlos going down. I hear him go, ah. So at this time, I'm just like, okay, what I gotta do. I'm still disoriented at the time, like basically trying to figure out what's going on, vision, everything like that. But if it wasn't for the help of the EMT guy who came in and stepped in the situation, I think, I don't know, like I think I wouldn't have had the assistance I would have had to try to save him from.
There's no denying I can hear it after the stabbing. You kept fairly calm in a very trying situation, and that should be commended. I and again, I don't think that you meant for this to happen the way that it happened. Right. But listen, at no point does spit become life-threatening. There's really no way to there's no way that spit is life-threatening. It's impossible.
Brandon, how long did you serve in the military?
I got honorable discharge in 2012.
How
When
many
did you
years
go
did
in?
you do?
2010.
Okay.
2 years.
I was battered. I was injured in training.
Okay.
That's why I'm a veteran. Getting help from the VA.
When you went through your training, did you all have any training where you were, I don't know what y'all use, like for example, we get pepper sprayed. Did y'all have anything?
CS gas, you do that? Did you make it to that point? Did you go in the chamber
Gas chamber.
with the mask, and then you got to take the mask off?
I went through that chamber, but that's 2010.
So you understand that's disorienting. Like,
So, you went through training where you had to remove a gas mask in
In
a
2010,
gas
yes.
chamber and be able to perform functions and
Name, date of birth, I think they said, and that's it.
And we can agree there's a vast difference between that experience and being spit in the face.
I don't understand what you're trying to get to in that sense.
There's a difference between being gassed or had some kind of chemical agent sprayed on your face. You went through that training and you were able to perform the task that you had to perform in that training. But somebody spit in your face and you're telling me that disoriented you.
Because that's, excuse me, I honestly, I understand what you're saying. That's a whole different environment. That's an environment where you're told what's going to happen
Right.
to you. You have people around there for your safety. This is not somebody yelling at you that you really don't know. You don't know what's going on. They're banging on your door. It's nighttime, middle of the night.
But none of that is what's disorienting you. You're telling me that him spitting on you is what disoriented you.
Ma'am, To the point where I had to bring up my knife? Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Where I could not see? Yes.
Do you need to use restroom or some water or anything like that? I got a little bit
Crackers.
crackers or anything. I know we've been here for quite a bit. All right.
I'm heartbroken.
I believe that.
I need to step outside. I need to get a little bit of water, get some fresh air.
Am I under arrest?
I'm not sure yet, sir, to be honest with you.
I don't.
I'm not sure, okay? I'm going to go out here and I'm going to discuss what we've discussed over the last hour or so with Detective Rush here. And if I have any follow-up questions, I'll be back to come chat with you. I'm going to grab this pen back from you.
Yeah.
If you need anything knocked, I'm going to grab some water and a little bit of fresh air. I'll be right back, okay?
Brandon Williamson was ultimately charged with manslaughter and sentenced to 17 years in prison. Crime Circuit. Like, share, subscribe.